Hi everybody, I'm Jose. Now, I want to start off by playing a game called Don't Forget the Lyrics with you guys. For the land of the free, guys.
And the home of the brave.
Fantastic. Alright, so according to that lyric in our national anthem, we are the land of the free and we are home of the brave. Now what that means is that if we are courageous enough to take action upon something we truly want, it can totally happen. However, I don't think that applies to homosexuals in this nation the same way. They can't marry each other. It's illegal and prohibited in most states in the United States. And this is why the purpose of my speech is to persuade you guys, using Monroe's motivated sequence, that the state of California should legalize gay marriage because it is deemed constitutional in states that have legalized it and provides the nation with financial bonuses and also allows Americans to focus on other issues that affect the nation as well. Now, we are given many rights and privileges upon being citizens and residents of the United States. The freedoms to choose our lifestyles and live our lives in happiness are two very basic freedoms, and a specific right that includes living in happiness is marriage. Whether it is between heterosexual lovers or homosexual lovers, marriage is something I believe that individuals are entitled to, and homosexuality should not be an exception. Now, I'm not gay, but I advocate for this cause because over my past year in San Jose State, I've met some great individuals. I've met a guy named Jordan. He loves playing video games with me. Zach, he's awkward, but he's fun to talk to. And Brett, he ignores me, but I just like his sass. And I don't think it's fair that they don't have the option to marry whenever they want to decide when they want to in the future. Now, I know they're probably not thinking about getting married right now, and God knows I'm not either. But what if maybe a decade or two from now they decide to do it, and it's still unconstitutional? Now, love is something that I believe can be escalated through marriage. I mean, love is it's something that represents the strength of a relationship between two individuals, and I think marriage only emphasizes that even further. Now, some of you may not agree, but that's just what I believe. So gay marriage should be legalized because it's a type of discrimination, something that is harmful, needless to say, to society. So our country does not stand for discrimination, and although it has in the past, I don't think it should today. Gay marriage is a form of modern-day discrimination because we don't allow gays to marry. This discrimination is a serious danger because it influences our society to act negatively towards different groups. Now, remember the time that you guys spent in your U.S. history classes about segregation. Now, the way African Americans were treated in Southern America during the times in the 1960s and 70s were just so cruel. Why would we want to repeat something like that? I think it could easily be tied into not allowing gays to marry because we're not treating them fairly enough. That's just not right to me. And according to our U.S. Constitution, our founding fathers stated that all men are created equal. Now, some may argue that the times now was different from back then, where slavery was legal and men really truly had the power. But I believe the U.S. Constitution is a breathing document, and it allows us to change our views because we, as Americans, I believe, are open-minded enough to do so. Just take, for example, the women's suffrage in 1919. The 19th Amendment allowed that to happen, and guess what? We progressed as a country. And until now, I think we've continued to do so even more. Now, just by the definition of equality on its own, we should consider it to be legally decent and correct to legalize same-sex marriage. Now, the biggest impact of gay marriage is that it will potentially reduce discrimination towards gays. Now, as a result of this, families will begin to see homosexuality as acceptable, reducing animosity towards what we believe to be different. Now, we know that religions are the ones that we consider authorities on marriage, and I think it's great that they have created the tradition of marriage because it's just something that's so powerful. It demonstrates that a bond between two people can be so strong that it develops into something more: marriage, love, children, and a very happy lifestyle. Now, some of you may not agree with me, but I don't believe that Christianity and Catholicism should be selfish to disallow gays from having to experience such a an amazing tradition like matrimony. And now, if we do allow gay marriage, homosexuals will be rewarded by being treated more fairly, along with the rights that they deserve. Now, legalizing gay marriage will also provide benefits for the entire nation as well. It can benefit our nation by providing us with considerable financial bonuses and by increasing the adoption rate, and also allowing us to focus on other popularly debated national issues, such as fiscal policy, immigration, and gun control. Now, as for the financial benefits, according to William C. Thompson of the Office of Fiscal and Budget Services of New York City, allowing gay marriage would bring roughly $142 million to the entire city's economy and an additional $184 million to the entire state. Now, the money would come from profits off marriage licenses and all the other taxes and fees that require a couple to get married. And another benefit that can come from gay marriage is an increase in the adoption rate. Now, according to a study conducted by pediatrics in 2009, there are 100,000 available children for adoption. Now, because gay couples can't have offspring without scientific means and intervention, homosexual couples to marry will be more likely to adopt than the heterosexual couples. Also, according to a study conducted by Rachel Farr and Company from the University of Virginia, children raised by homosexuals were concluded to have similar growth as children raised by heterosexual parents, showing that heterosexual parents are definitely capable parents and are able to raise their children as positively as the typical American family. There's also another benefit from gay marriage is that it also allows us to focus on other issues. If we choose to legalize gay marriage in America, the issue becomes settled, and this allows us more time to focus on other issues as well. Like I mentioned before, fiscal policy, unemployment rates, gun control, immigration, tons of other issues that we could definitely be working on as well. Now, I just want to provide a current example. No more than a week ago, Rhode Island became the 10th state to legalize gay marriage. Now, a 56 to 51 vote in the Rhode Island House of Representatives passed it. And Rhode Island Governor Lincoln Chafee stated in tabloid that he was in favor of passing the bill because he said Americans from all walks of life realize that this is the right thing to do. Now, if that isn't progressive thinking, then I don't know what is. And I'm glad by Governor Chafee's action. Now that I've told you about how same-sex marriage is beneficial for the entire nation, it's time for you to do something to help legalize gay matrimony in the state of California. Now, you've just learned about the benefits, harms, and why I think we need gay marriage to be legal. Now, you could do something about it by one, voting. Now, Prop 8 prohibited gay marriage in California again back around 2008, and maybe when another proposition comes up like that, you could maybe vote up for it, whether it allows legalization of gay marriage. And another way you could advocate for the cause is to let others know. Influencing your peers is a great way to let people know about the cause. And because we're in a college campus, it only helps us even more because I believe there are many open-minded people in any college campus because we are all pursuing a higher education. Why not keep an open mind? Finally, if you really feel strongly about this issue, then perhaps you could go lobby or write to a local representative that actually does have some political power in implementing the legalization of gay marriage. Now, personally, I wouldn't do it because I'm, a bit laid back upon the issue, but if you feel truly strong about it, then go for it. Why wouldn't they listen to you? You're people, you're a person of this state. You're important, and governments ought to listen to their people. Thank you for listening, guys. How long was it?